All right, guys, it's Tarko Cyclone FPV, and now we are back to finally, after due promises in the last two sets, we're now finally going to go to our R9M. We've set up our radio. You remember that we just did this. If you're following along, we just set up our model. We made it an external RF module, which is going to be the R9M, which is what we're working with. But now, like I said, we've got to get your firmware, right? So to do that, we have to go online. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share the computer screen with you, and we're going to go just like that. We're going to go and open up the internet, all right? And we are going to, now I haven't closed anything down from when we started working, so you'll see some old screens from if you were watching from the beginning. I'm going to click this plus, right? Let me get my keyboard, and I'm going to go to www.FrSky-rc.com. Okay? And we're doing this so we can get our firmware for our R9M module, and you can do this for the R9M 2019. So what we want to do is we want to go to Download, Products, all right, and then we want to go to the, let me see, keep going. Okay, we're not doing receivers yet, but we are doing modules. Here's the R9M. If you have the 2019 or any of these, feel free to get them. We're using the R9M, so click it. Okay, now, here's the interesting part. You need to pay attention to this, okay? First of all, we're using the non-EU, okay? And this is just for the manual, so you can download that if you want it. What I care about right now is going to the firmware. Now, the firmware is the this is February 13, 2019, fix the incorrect telemetry issues, what it says. However, there's an older firmware sitting right here. What I will tell you is just stay with the new stuff if you're running a new receiver, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click download under this one here for right now. So click download, and that's actually going to save it to your downloads folder like we did before. I want you to click the arrow when it's done and go show in folder. I want you to find it, which is right here. And you can see it says ACCST because that's the only firmware you can run on this one. I want you to right click on it, and I want you to left click on copy. Then I want you to go to your desktop, go to your transmitter folder, go to your QX7 or whatever folder it is, go to your, okay, so right here, you can now click paste because this is actually a zipped file. So just paste it in the main QX7, not in your SD card, okay? Now what you want to do is right click on it, left click on extract all, and then just click extract. It's a very quick extraction, okay? I'll close that window. So here is the zip file, and here is the new one we just extracted. When you double click it, you're going to see another folder, and I don't know why they do this, okay? They put a folder inside a folder, which I hate. So I'm going to tell you how to we're just going to get rid of it. So we're going to double click, and you can see all these. You've got LBT, which is the Europe. You've got the R9M Flex, if you're running the Flex version, and you've got the FCC. What we're going to do right now is we're going to run the FCC version, okay? The Flex version is just as fine, but I'm not setting that up yet. We'll do that in another video. So for the basics here, we're going to run the FCC, okay? Usually, I would delete the LBT because we're not running Euro here. We're not running the European. So we want the FCC, but I'm going to leave all these together so we don't get too caught up in this, okay? The only thing I will tell you is, again, it's a folder and it's another folder, and I don't know why, but I will just tell you to take this folder, right click on it, the folder inside it, right? Right click on it, left click on cut, go to your folder here like QX7, right? This is where everything sits. Go to your SD card folder, go to your firmware folder, go to your FrSky TX firmware folder that we created. Once you're in here, right click on the screen and left click on paste. Basically, you're taking that folder with the content. See, now if you double click it, everything's in there that we needed, okay? So we're going to leave that there because we have to update this way, all right? Now, since we are going to be running the R9 Slim OTA, we will also go back and add this file to our SD card, but we're going to go in order right now. So all we're going to do right now is do the R9MM. So once you've got this loaded into your SD card, okay, right there, right? I'm going to show you that synchronizing feature that we talked about in OpenTX. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to close everything down. You can minimize your Internet Explorer. I want you to go back to your OpenTX and just leave it up, okay? I want you to power off your radio. Okay, now we need to take that file that we put on our SD card folder on the computer and we need to write it to the radio. So we're going to synchronize it, okay? So watch what we're going to do. You're going to go ahead and hold your sliders back in here and press your button, let it go. We're back to this screen and we're going to go ahead and plug in our USB cable. It's connected. It's going to pop up our two drives. Don't forget. So just give it a second. It's got to read the Tyrannus drive and then the secondary drive where we have our SD card content. So just wait a minute. Don't do anything until they pop up. It can take a second, but just wait. No rush. Nobody's in a hurry. At least y'all told me I better not be in a hurry, so we're moving like molasses. All right, now that the folders have opened, you can just close them. That's it. Click the X to close them. Now, what we want to do is we want to click the Synchronize SD card. Synchronize. And remember, it's using our, as long as you set this once, which we already did in the first, and I think it's in step 3. So this is already pointing to the right SD card, and this is pointing to the right folder. Just click Start. And you're going to see it say that it's going to create. See how it created right here? It's creating because we downloaded the R9M files and we want it to copy those files over to our SD card. So it's telling you right now it created them and it's telling you which ones were created. Okay? So we're going to watch and let it. Now it's going to run a comparison on the rest of them. So it's going to check the hard drive first, then check the SD card. So we have to wait for that to get done. It's almost done. Take just a minute. Come on. 0 errors. Skip the rest. Good. So I think we're right on track here. So what's going to happen next, though, is once this is done, we're going to go through the part of safely ejecting the radio from the computer. Right? Perfect. So come on, there it is. Okay, so everything's done. All right, now what we want to do is we're going to click Close. Then we're going to go to our safe USB eject option here. Click it, and then eject the Tyrannus. Click it again. Eject the do volume, and you're ready to take out the USB. Then scroll here. Now we'll go big on the radio again. Now just scroll down to exit. Hit enter.
Welcome to OpenTF.
Perfect. Okay. Now, the last thing we need to do, you can exit the failsafe warning. The next thing we need to do is we just need to update our R9M module. To do that, press your menu button for 2 seconds. When you get your tool screen, press page. When you get to your firmware, or when you get to your SD card content screen, go to firmware, click it, enter, and then go to your FrSky TX. That's where we put that folder, click it, and you see right there, it's synchronized with your computer and it moved everything over you needed. Go down to that, click it. Remember, we're going to do FCC, all right? So go to FCC, click it, and then here's your FCC file, and you're going to long hold for 2 seconds, and it's going to ask you, flash export, flash internal, flash external, flash external. Don't make a mistake here, please. Only flash external, okay? You can brick the radio if you flash the internal, for example. So in some cases, I don't know in every case that happens, but I can tell you can mess it up. So please just pay attention, flash external only, because that's the external module. Scroll down to it, hit enter, and here we go. Now, if you turn the radio over, you're going to see the colors. I believe you're going to see green and red flashing back and forth. I'll try to make it to where you can see mine, right? So you've got red, now it's green, red, and one more green. Okay, there you go. So you get it, right? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to let that write real quick, all right? Once that's done, this particular video will be done, and then we'll go to setting up the R9M Slim OTA with ACCST firmware. Since that can do both, we're going to use that same receiver when we do our X9D Plus with access on it. So you can see that it can run an access to, and binding an access is quite a bit different than binding an ACCST. Now this update here is going to take a little bit, but we're also going to go through the process of how to update your receiver, because we're going to have to update that R9 Slim OTA for the right firmware for this radio. Okay, so this will be the end of this video here in just a second, and then you'll be good to go, and then we'll get started with the next part. I don't remember if this is 6 or 7, step 7, I don't remember, but we'll see. It's like molasses. All right. We got sushi coming for dinner, though. Hey, guys. Hey, y'all ready for some sushi? You don't sound very excited. I mean, if you don't want any, we could just make sandwiches. Oh, okay. So you are excited. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, so you see how it's writing? It's done. It made a beep. It's done. So now we're just going to click exit, exit, exit. We're now at our main screen. That's it. Now you can go ahead and turn your radio off. Okay, and that does it for the R9M being updated. The next thing is update the R9 Slim OTA, and then from there, we're golden. We should be good to go. So I'll be back in a little bit to show you that. Guys, as always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. And those knuckleheads in there keep telling me when I get new subscribers, and they're so pumped. I am not some guy out there named PewDiePie. I don't know who he is, but apparently he's the biggest guy on YouTube. So we're never getting there. And I think Dude Perfect crushes us like by good jillions. But at least I have a goal, and my kids are making that my goal, so we're trying, okay? Anyways, God bless, guys. We'll see you in a little bit with the next video. Peace.